Walking into this Summer Game Fest meeting, I expected a sequel rundown of talking points that we've all heard time and time again. Instead, 20 minutes of hands-off footage convinced me that Bandai Namco is quietly rebooting Code Vein with the release of Code Vein 2. From what I got to see, this follow-up retains the anime goth aesthetic and buddy-driven dungeon crawling from the original, while a handful of mechanics have been refined for speed, clarity, and momentum. If the final game plays the way this demonstration looked, Code Vein 2 could bring the series out of the shadows for players who are willing to try it out. Just so you're aware, the footage in this preview is taken from the trailer that was released during Summer Game Fest. We were able to go behind the scenes with the producer and experience some of the game's other elements and mechanics, so that's what we're going to try to convey with you here in this preview. Please enjoy.
You have the power to change all of this. If time were a weapon to wield, could you undo the sins of ruin?
Code Vein 2 splits the story into two eras. In the in-game present, revenants who are undead soldiers bound by blood have begun mutating into horrors after prolonged exposure to Luna Rapicus. Society hangs by a thread, and factions bicker over dwindling resources. One mission goes sideways where our silent protagonist falls and a crimson-jacketed revenant named Lou Magwell, who tears out half of her own heart to revive him. The procedure binds their lives together and sets the stage for a journey a century into the past, before civilization collapsed. There, revenants still serve humanity, but are unaware of the disaster that's looming ahead. The dual era structure aims to have every enemy type traversal hazard and every traversal ability change between decades, turning time travel into a layer of level design rather than a story gimmick. Present day has neon scars with toppled skyscrapers that contrast with the gothic mansions and chilly valleys of the past, all to say that this shows promising variety without losing thematic coherence. Code Vein earned a cult following for its AI partners, but I'd say they often felt passive. Lou, by comparison, seems to have addressed all these limitations. Throughout the demo, she charged flanking foes, triggered area buffs, and revived the player only after exhausting every offensive option. If you land a clean hit, Lou can follow up with the shared finisher that launches enemies skyward for opening air juggling. The core combat still runs on stamina management, yet a new device called Gel changes the rhythm up a bit. Bolted to the character's back, the gel stores the revenant's heart and channels its power into quick-fire abilities. One example had a bone-spiked shockwave that deals heavy damage while restoring a sliver of health. Given that gel moves draw from a separate gauge, players can stay aggressive instead of pacing every swing. Gel energy also falls into Formae, which are supernatural augments layered into standard attacks. Formae does appear to be tied to individual weapons, tuning familiar blades into bespoke toys without forcing players to learn new control schemes. Oh, but we're not done yet. Then comes the bequeathed Formae, which are spectral weapons forged from latent revenant memory. Footage and screenshots kind of teased a bow that fires status-inflicting shards, but these tools ask for precise timing that pay off in reach or in crowd control, injecting spectacle without sacrificing mechanical depth during combat. And blood codes also return as the backbone of character progression, yet the interface looked refreshingly streamlined. Each code defines baseline attributes like tank, rogue, or caster. It is possible to switch codes at a checkpoint, so it's likely a good idea to experiment with these. The original Code Vein earned praise for its character creator, and the sequel doubles down on this. Facial symmetry sliders, layered tattoos, and extended color palettes let players tweak pretty much everything. However, I need to mention that the producer wouldn't confirm if Bathing Suit DLC will be available, so I'm very sorry for that, gamers. I'll try harder next time. Animation polish looks great as well, with custom idle stances and cutscenes that looked great. It's all mirrored by the stylus action found in combat, which is a little more colorful than I remember the game being. The footage we got to see moved through the two timelines, with Lou always sticking close by. Encounters cycled from catastrophic corridors to open arenas and back, which I hope avoids the corridor boss corridor rut that slowed the first game. In Code Vein 2, I feel like the pacing will most come from the interconnected meters. Gel strikes open up space, Formae extends the combo, and partner synergy rewards aggressive positioning. Even without the controller in my hands, the flow looked deliberate rather than stop and start, suggesting the team has studied how to keep pressure high without sacrificing tactical breathing room. Code Vein 2 targets a 2026 release on PS5, Xbox Series, and Steam, and with more than a year left to polish, Bandai Namco still has time to adjust boss behavior, refine AI logic, and layer optional challenges. Yet this vertical slice that we're able to see conveyed confidence with faster action, clearer build system, and companions who matter from moment to moment. Where the original could sometimes feel like an experimental blend of ideas, this sequel looks cohesive. By trimming out the bloat and leaning into the strongest hooks, weapon styles, meaningful partners, and flexible progression, Code Vein 2 may finally deliver the vampire Souls-like that fans have envisioned for the past 6 years. If Bandai Namco can hold this course, the series could graduate from cult favorite to flagship action RPG when it sinks its fangs into players next year. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.